Good day, everyone. My name is Ilavarsi and my partner name is Kokila Devi. Today, we will be presenting our reflection on learning theories, cognitive, behaviorist, and also humanistic approaches. Throughout this presentation, we will explain the key concept of these three learning approaches and also discuss how they can be applied in real classroom and evaluate their strength and limitation. Okay, before we begin, let's first understand what is learning theory are. Learning theory explains how students acquire knowledge, develops their skill, and also understand new information. They help teachers select suitable teaching method that can support student learning needs and also improve classroom engagement. In education, there are many learning theories, but today we will focus on three major approaches. The first one is cognitive approaches, the second one is behaviorist approaches, and also the last one is humanistic approach. But each approaches a different idea about how learning takes place and also each can be applied effectively depending on the students and also learning environment. Let's begin with the cognitive approach. The cognitive approach focuses on the mental processes involved in learning, including thinking, understanding, remembering, and also processing information. It believes that students actively construct knowledge by connecting new information with their previous experiences. The main principles of these approaches include active learning, critical thinking, problem solving, and also knowledge constructions. The major theorists are James Piaget, Leo Vygotsky, and also Jeremy Bruner. Okay, Piaget explained that cognitive development through different stages. However, Vygotsky emphasized the importance of social interaction and guidance, while Bruno believed that students learn effectively through discovery and also active participation. Okay, for an example of the cognitive approach can be seen in primary school mathematics lesson. The teacher presents students with a real life problem instead of giving them the answer directly. So the student will work together in groups to discuss different solutions, explain their thinking, and also compare their ideas with other members. The teacher guide the discussion by asking open-ended questions to the student, and also encourage the student to justify their answer. So through this activity, student actively previous knowledge to solve problems, and also this help develop their critical thinking skills and allow them to understand concept more meaningfully. Okay, now let's see the strength and also limitation. One of the strength of cognitive approach is that it develops students critical thinking skills and also their problem solving skills. It also promotes meaningful understanding because students focus on understanding concepts instead of just memorizing the informations. However, one limitation is that this approach requires more classroom time because activities such as problem solving and also decision making may take longer time. So some learner may also need additional guidance, especially when dealing with the complex concepts or questions. Okay, next is behaviorist approach. This approach focuses on observable behavior. It suggests that learning occurs when behavior changes through reinforcement, repetitions, and also feedback. The key principles include positive reinforcement, negative reinforcement, reward, punishment, and also repeated practices. The major theorists are Ivan Pavlov, John B. Watson, and also B.F. Skinner. Pavlov introduced that classical conditioning. However, Watson believed behavior is shaped by the environment, and Skinner think development operant conditioning, which explain how reward and consequences influence behavior.
An example of the behaviorist approach can be applied in a secondary school English class. The teacher rewards students who answer questions correctly by giving praise, stickers, and participation points. Immediate feedback also provided whenever students make mistakes so that they can improve their performance. As students receive positive reinforcement, they become more motivated to participate and continue displaying positive learning behaviors. Repetition and regular practice also help strengthen their understanding. One strength of the behaviorist approach is that it encourages positive classroom behavior and helps teachers manage the classroom effectively. Students clearly understand which behaviors are expected and are motivated to repeat them. However, a limitation is that students may become too dependent on rewards. They might participate only because they expect a reward rather than developing genuine interest in learning. Finally, we have the humanistic approach. This approach focuses on the whole learner, including emotional, social, personal development as well. It believes that students learn best when they feel respected, supported, and motivated. Its main principle includes student-centered learning, self-motivation, and also personal growth. The two major theories are Abraham Maslow and Carl Rogers. Maslow introduced the hierarchy of needs, explaining that students' basic needs must be met before effective learning can occur. Rogers believed teachers should create a supportive and caring environment where the students feel safe to learn. An example of the humanistic approach can be seen in a primary school English lesson. The teacher allows students to choose books or project topics based on their interest. The students are encouraged to express their ideas freely, reflect on their learning, and support one another during classroom discussions. The teacher acts as a facilitator by providing encouragement and creating a positive environment where every student feels valued and respected. This approach helps students become more confident, independent, and motivated to learn. One strength of the humanistic approach is that it promotes students' confidence and self-esteem. Students enjoy learning because they feel supported and involved in the learning process. However, one limitation is that this approach can be difficult to implement in large classrooms because teachers may not have enough time to provide individual attention and also support in every student. In conclusion, the cognitive, behaviorist, and humanistic approaches each provide valuable perspective on how students learn. The cognitive approach focuses on thinking and understanding. The behaviorist approach focuses on behavior and reinforcement, while the humanistic approach focuses on personal growth and emotional well-being. Each approach has its own strength and limitations. Therefore, teachers should not depend only one approach. Instead, they should combine different teaching methods based on their students' abilities, learning objectives, and also classroom situations. By applying the appropriate learning approach, teachers and can create more engaging, meaningful, and effective learning experience for all students. Thank you.